back everyone to Skincare and Beauty with Perky Perkins. How are y'all doing? So today I'm going to be doing a little unboxing and try on for you guys. I've been meaning to do this for such a long time that I'm almost embarrassed because I actually have two different boxes from GlitterRealm Cosmetics. I'm a huge supporter of GlitterRealm Cosmetics and Mr. and Mrs. MUE. I absolutely love them. They're one of my favorite people to watch on Facebook Live actually. And I just got a recent order like about 2-3 weeks ago, which I opened it up finally the other day, but I really wanted to film with this just to show you guys how amazing this stuff is. But before I go any further, please remember to subscribe to my channel and like the video and leave a comment below on how you guys think this video went. But anyways, so let's get this box open. So like I mentioned, I've been a long time GlitterRealm Cosmetics supporter, or I should rephrase it. I've been a supporter of GlitterRealm for about 8 months since I found them on Facebook, and it's a really great indie brand. The owner, Leah, is amazing. I love her lives, her interactions with the customers. It's an all-around amazing company to buy from. I feel they have amazing quality products. So in my last order that I did, because I have a boatload of orders through them, I ordered a set of brushes. I really like this because it came with the little container, and this is a set of eyeshadow brushes. See, this is great for concealer. But these are kind of lightweight, I will say that. The bristles feel really, really good in my opinion. They have the, I think it's gonna be too light, but they have the GlitterRealm Cosmetics name on the handle. Yeah, these are really nice. 12 eyeshadow brushes, so that's pretty amazing. I did buy these while they had a flash sale, which is another reason I love watching their lives. So the nice thing about watching their Facebook lives is that Leah, the owner of GlitterRealm, will do some crazy flash sales where you could get stuff between 30 and 50% off. And it just so happened that when I made my purchase, she ran a 50% off flat on everything site-wide. I was so pumped, so I went and I bought stuff that I've been wanting to try for the longest. So I basically got all these items for what it almost would have cost me for one item. This is the Illuminizer setting spray, and I think I got the rose gold. Yeah, I got like the rose gold. These setting sprays do give you a little bit of a dewy shimmer, but they're really good from what she mentioned on all skin types. And then the one item that I've wanted forever, and the reason why I wanted to make this video, is the Rendezvous Palette. This is a stunning palette. So just in case you guys don't know, GlitterRealm is it's a vegan and cruelty-free brand. Their packaging can be a little simple. Not all their packaging is extravagant. I do have like their A Whole New World palette. That's a beautiful, beautiful packaging. But a lot of other ones are a little bit more simplistic. But most of their eyeshadow palettes do come with mirrors. So far, all the ones I have mirrors, and nice size mirrors, good quality, you know, decent quality. And they also have the jumbo size pants, not the itty bitty dinky ones. So they have really nice size pants. I've loved this particular palette. I've loved this palette for so long and I've been wanting to get it. So many people have bought this and use it for like all kinds of glam looks. Like if you're someone that wants a one and done kind of product, this is it. The other day, which I'm gonna try to recreate the look, I actually did my entire makeup with just this palette basically. I did my blush and my bronzing and on top of my eye look with just this palette, and it was beautiful. It makes it very easy, especially if you don't want to have to, you know, be looking and piling up all your products to get your stuff done basically. I will also be using my GlitterRealm Cream Color Corrector and Contour Palette. As you can tell, this has been very loved, especially those color correctors. I love the color correctors. They're so good. I've actually hit pan on the green one. Before I go any further, I need to prime my skin and prime my eyes. So I'm starting off with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I'm applying it all over my T-zone because I've found that it's very pore filling in my case. And then for the perimeter of my face, I'm using the Elizabeth Moth Thank Me Later Illuminating Primer. Next, I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm using the GlitterRealm Cosmetics Concealer Brush. Then I'm gonna make sure and blend everything out even a little bit cleaner to make sure there's no creases when I apply my shadow. So I'm using the Morphe Concealer Brush or Crease Brush, and I'm gonna use the orange color corrector from the GlitterRealm Cosmetic Palette. You can also use the green color as well. I just didn't want to. And it's good to cover up any blemishes and dark spots. Then I'm blending it out with my beauty sponge. That way it's a nice smoother texture. Now I realized I was about to go with my face and I wanted to start with my eyes. So I'm starting with that darker kind of maroonish tone. And I'm starting to shape out my eye and starting at my crease basically. And I did use one of the GlitterRealm Cosmetics crease brushes, which it is working so well. It is on the fluffier side, which I'm not as used to. I'm used to something a little bit more dense, but it applied everything so nicely and it packed it in and blended out as well. So I'm pretty happy with this brush so far. Next, I'm taking a mid-size blending brush and I'm using that soft pink to blend out the edges. I just barely dipped in because I wanted to make it a soft transition. So now we're going to cut the crease with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in 6.15. I'm using the Luxie crease brush and I'm doing a 2/3 cut. After that, I'm going to take my mini beauty sponge and I'm just going to tap out the edges to make sure it's nicely prepped. Now I'm going to use the dark brown and I'm going to actually deepen up the outer edge of my eye and kind of smooth out those little edges where the cut crease ends. Next, I'm actually going to apply that glitter shade onto the lid. I'm going to use a GlitterRealm Cosmetic crease brush and I did spritz it with the setting spray so that way I have less of the glitters falling out. Now this applied pretty well actually. I did grab a little bit at a time so that I wouldn't have too much of the product falling out, and I just try to put it in where I had put the concealer. I used it so that it was a tacky base. Next, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Inflatable Cat Eye Liner, and I'm just trying to create a simple little line, nothing winged out or anything like that. I suck at them, but just to give it a nice pop of contrast. Next, I'm taking my Laura Geller Deep Purple Waterproof Eyeliner, and I'm running it in my waterline and lower lash line. Now, once I'm done doing that, I'm going to finish my right eye off camera, and I'll be right back. Now, I'm starting to do my contour, and I'm taking that second darkest shade, and I'm just starting to basically sculpt it out to the areas that I want to make sure are nicely chiseled. I did use a Morphe brush. I honestly do not know the model because there's no model on it. Then I'm going to take my beauty sponge and I'm just going to start buffing it out, and when you do that, it blends out very, very nicely, and it creates a nice base for when you go back and actually do your bronzing. Now I want to deepen up the contour, so I'm going to take the darkest shade and I'm just going to add a little bit more color with the same brush, just a little bit more, and then I'm going to just blend it out so that it, again, it just deepens it up and it makes me look more chiseled at the end. Next, I'm actually going to use my It's Cosmetic Bye Bye Foundation shade Light. I took 2 pumps onto my hand and I'm dotting it around my face. Now, you will be able to tell here very shortly, I applied way too much product. I should have honestly done one. I'm using my Hank & Henry Nikki brush. It's a foundation brush, and it's been my favorite brush the last few months to do my foundation. It makes everything apply so nicely, but like I mentioned, I applied way too much foundation, and so I needed to start sharing it out. So I'm using my beauty sponge to help absorb some of that foundation off my face because it's way too much. I mean, it would have been caked on. So next, I'm taking my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I'm applying on my under eyes, my chin, my stash area, and of course my nose and forehead. And we're going to use this to help brighten up our face. Now I'm going to take my beauty sponge and start blending it out. Now I really do like this concealer quite a bit. It's a little bit on the thicker side, but it has a really good coverage, and as long as you set it properly, I haven't had any issues with creasing in my case. So now I'm going to take my Pretty Vulgar Mad About It setting powder, and I'm going to use my Hank & Henry Sondra brush. Now I start off by lightly dusting on the setting powder over the areas that I applied the concealer. Once I'm done doing that, I get some more setting powder, just a bit, and I actually set the rest of my face because I've noticed that my other powders like bronzer, blush, highlighters, everything apply much smoother and they tend to last better throughout the day. Now for the moment of truth. I'm going to take that brown shade and I'm using a crown brush, and I'm actually going to start sculpting out and bronzing my skin. As you guys can tell, it's applying very, very nicely. These blend so well that it really, really chisels out my cheekbones. And it really is complimentary in my opinion. Now, my nose area, I know I went a little bit too dark by all means, but there's a simple trick to that. You take your powder brush that you had, no extra product, and just blend that bad boy out, and look at how much nicer and smoother it looks, and it still makes your nose look nice and snatched. Now, I was debating which blush color to use, the pink one or that kind of orangey tone. I ended up choosing the pink, and I'm using the Morphe E4 brush, and I'm starting from the back of my temples to the front of my cheeks. Since I have really high cheekbones, I do like to bring it in quite a bit because it just really emphasizes my cheeks, and I don't know, I just like how it looks. I actually really love blush and bronzer. So now if you ever feel that your blush or your bronzer got away with you, or you just want to smooth it out, take your powder brush with a little bit more product, or maybe not, and just buff it out, and it tones it down immediately actually. And as you can see, it looked great. Now I actually ended up toning it down a little bit too much, so I got a little bit more blush of that soft pink tone to spruce it up. Now I'm taking the GlitterRealm Cosmetics Illuminizer setting spray in rose gold. Again, you want to make sure you shake that bad boy, give yourself some distance, and set your face, and just kind of fan yourself. I needed some more actually, but just make sure you fan yourself, and that way it doesn't get all blotchy or anything like that. Now I'm doing my under eye area. I took that kind of orangey tone and I just applied a little bit at the bottom line. Now I'm taking my Starstuck palette, and I'm using the Maryland shade to do my inner corner and to do my highlight actually. And I used the Hank & Henry Francis brush to apply it. That's been my favorite brush to apply my highlighter. Now I'm taking my Hank & Henry Clout mascara just to finish my bottom lash line, and just separating the lashes. So because my phone cut off on me, I didn't get to show you guys what I did for my lips, but I used the Mariah Alexis Cosmetics Cheever lip plumping gloss, and then I used the Gerard Cosmetics Sheer lip liner, and I think the look is absolutely beautiful. Like I mentioned before, the biggest reason why I wanted to do this little film, it wasn't necessarily a review, it was more of a tutorial to show you guys how you guys can buy literally one palette and it could do a full face. many a times we go out, we buy so many products out there, and you can only use a few colors or use it for a few occasions. But when you're able to buy a product like this one that is multi-use, very versatile, you know, on the go, it's a great investment in my opinion. Now, I'm not affiliated by them at all. I'm just a loyal customer and fan of theirs, and I love watching, like I mentioned in the beginning, I love watching Leah's lives. I love watching Paul and Jen, which is Mr. and Mrs. MUE, and I use their codes all the time when I make my purchases. But I absolutely love this palette. It blended out so nicely. I do wish I had bought glitter glue to apply the glitter on my lids, but it's not too bad. I had a tacky base and it doesn't necessarily transfer too much. It just falls a little bit, but no big deal. And look at the palette. No fallout, you guys. How many matte shades out there do you know of that are really good, blend beautifully, and minimal to no, in this case, no fallout whatsoever? And again, it's an indie brand, so, you know, vegan, cruelty free, so go out there and support them. For the brushes in my opinion, the little hairs are cut a little differently. They're not as dense as I'm used to. I usually like them a little bit more dense. These are very fluffy and nice and all, but they're more for blending in my opinion. But the brushes I did use to apply like my eyes, those actually were, I feel, the best ones that fit my eye itself. I was able to pack in the shades and blend them out very nicely, so I'm pretty excited about that. I also like how it came in the container. Now the setting spray, this is bomb. This is like $20 or something like that, but again, I got it on sale and I got it 50% off, so even better. So keep an eye out when Leah has her flash sales. But this is a great setting spray, and I gotta tell you guys, I got the Iconic London from Boxy for the month of October, and I like it, but the scent is not as good, and also it's super sticky. This one's not sticky. Like, I had a little bit fall on my hair, and my hair is not all sticky and whatnot. The one from Iconic London, if it gets on my hair, I'm literally having to comb my hair or wash my hair right at the end of the day, because my hair is like very sticky and it's gross. But this is definitely a good buy, especially if you wanted something that's hydrating, that sets your makeup, and you want that soft dewy look. Now again, you want to make sure you do it from a distance, because if you do it too close, you'll end up having too much hydration. But if you happen to spritz yourself too hard, just take your sponge and just dab it on and off. So yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this one ran a little bit long today, but I was very excited. I've been wanting to film a video for GlitterRealm for quite some time, again, because I am a very loyal customer. I love their products. Their products are so multi-use that you could use them for everything. I have other palettes of theirs that I've even used it not only for my contouring, my bronzing and blush and eyes. I've used it for highlighter as well, my Luna Vega. So yeah, but anyways, thank you very much for watching my video. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Goodbye, you guys.